Nobody ever told you that you were different. They just told you that you were wrong, too sensitive, too intense, too much in your head, and for years, maybe decades, you believed them. Because when everyone around you seems to move through life effortlessly, and you're quietly exhausted by Tuesday morning, the only logical conclusion your mind can reach is that something inside you is broken. But here's what nobody ever told you. What feels like a flaw has a name, and exploring that name might explain more than you expect. Why this matters more than you think. Significant number of autistic adults, highly intelligent, high-functioning, regarded by everyone around them as perfectly fine, reach their 30s, 40s, 50s without anyone ever connecting the dots. An entire lifetime building silent workarounds for a brain nobody correctly identified. These 7 signs are drawn from peer-reviewed research. None of them, on their own, can diagnose anything. Only a qualified professional can do that. But these are patterns worth exploring, because for some people, this is the first time they'll see them laid out clearly at all. Sign 1. The performance. Nobody notices. Picture a family dinner. Everyone's laughing, relaxed, talking over each other. You're laughing too, but part of you is running calculations. Was that joke too much? Did I look at her too long? Should I have asked a question by now? This is happening in your head, while you're also supposed to be enjoying yourself. Researchers at University College London gave this a name: social camouflaging. And here's the part that surprised even them. The people best at masking, the ones who've perfected it over decades, are the least likely to ever be flagged by anyone, including doctors. They look confident. They seem fine. They go home and collapse like they survived something, because for their nervous system, they did. But the next sign isn't about people at all. It's about the room itself, and this is where things get strange. Sign 2. A world turned up. Too loud, you're at a restaurant. Everyone else is chatting easily. You're fighting to hear the person across from you because the air conditioning, the clinking forks, and a flickering light above the bar are all competing for attention at equal volume, as if your brain refuses to mute anything. A study in the journal, Autism, found over 90% of autistic individuals show this heightened sensory wiring. What's rarely mentioned is that it cuts both ways. The same nervous system that turns a crowded room into an assault is the one that makes a single piece of music feel like it's rearranging something inside your chest. Sign 3. The researchers got this backwards for years here. Is something that genuinely surprised the people studying it. For decades, intense focus was treated as a side note in autism research, a quirky trait, not a core one. Then researchers actually tracked what happens inside the brain during it, and the assumption collapsed. It turns out this isn't about liking something a lot. It's a measurable shift in how attention itself is allocated. Entire networks in the brain reorganizing around one subject, the same way an engine redirects all its power into a single gear. That's why time disappears. That's why a question like, "Haven't you already learned everything about this?" doesn't even make sense to you. There is no ceiling, because the brain isn't searching for an endpoint. It's building an entire structure, the unexpected finding. This same mechanism is frequently what allows autistic individuals to reach expert-level mastery faster than people without it. Not despite the intensity, but because the intensity is the mechanism. If even one of these has already pulled up a memory you weren't expecting, stay close, because the next 4 are where most people finally see the full shape of it. Once we reach sign 7, drop your number in the comments. It'll mean more once you've heard all of them together. Sign 4. The glance. Everyone misread a teacher once said you wouldn't look her in the eye when you talked to her, like it proved you were hiding something. You weren't. Research in disability and rehabilitation found that maintaining eye contact actively drains cognitive processing for many autistic individuals. Looking away isn't disengagement. It's your brain reallocating power toward actually understanding the words. You were never being rude. You were listening harder. Sign 5. The comment that never left. This isn't ordinary sensitivity. A coworker makes one offhand remark in a meeting. Everyone forgets it by lunch. You're still replaying it at 2 a.m. 3 days later, dissecting the tone, the pause before they said it, what it might mean about how they see you. What makes this distinct is that many autistic adults also experience alexithymia, difficulty identifying what the feeling even is while it's happening. The wave hits before the word for it exists. People only see the aftermath. They never see the part where you were drowning silently first. Sign 6. The exhaustion that sleep doesn't fix. You had a genuinely good time at the party. You laughed, you connected, nothing went wrong. The next day, you're hollowed out, canceling plans, needing total silence. Oh, that's not tiredness. Tiredness responds to rest. This is depletion, the cost of masking, sensory filtering, and emotional translation running simultaneously, invisible to everyone watching. Sign 7. The frequency only you can't broadcast. On, not excluded. Not disliked. Just slightly offset. And in every classroom, every friend group, every job, like you can receive everyone else's signal perfectly, but something about yours never quite transmits back the same way. Here's the insight almost nobody mentions. People who later explore an autism diagnosis rarely describe grief first. They describe recognition, the strange relief of finally being handed a map for a journey they've already survived without one. So here's the perspective shift worth sitting with. None of this proves anything on its own. Only a professional evaluation can actually tell you what's happening beneath these patterns. But if even a few of these landed somewhere uncomfortably familiar, that discomfort is worth listening to, not as a diagnosis, but as a door worth opening. You didn't fail at being normal. You may simply be running different software, and you still found a way through every room, every relationship, every Tuesday morning, without anyone handing you the instructions. That's not damage. That's proof of exactly how capable you've been the entire time.